This is coverage you can count on. WGAL News 8 at noon starts now.
Wildfires in Canada leading to poor air quality here at home. That's why the News 8 Storm Team is making today an Impact Day. Welcome to News 8 at noon, everyone. I'm Brian Roach, here with meteorologist Mike Susko and the Storm Team forecast. It is overcast and gray out there, Mike. You can tell it's in the air.
Yes, you definitely can, Brian, and that's why the entire region's under that air quality alert, that code orange for meaning it's unhealthy for sensitive groups. That's going to be children, elderly, those of you with heart and lung conditions. So you just want to make sure you're taking it easy today if you're going to be outside here. Now, the air quality at the moment in the Susquehanna Valley is actually in the yellow or moderate range here, but you can see not too far away there to the north, it is to poor. We do expect things to get worse, unfortunately, with the air quality as we go through the afternoon. This is where you can see we expect it to reach those poor levels later on. It's pretty much for everybody except Southern, Franklin, and Adams County, and a few places there in York and Lancaster County, but everybody, for the most part here, will be dealing with this today. So the code orange will be in effect for the rest of the afternoon and evening. Again, that's for unhealthy for sensitive groups, and that is going to be children, elderly, and anyone with heart and lung disease and conditions. So you just want to make sure you limit that exposure outside. In terms of how long this sticks around, unfortunately, it does stick around through the day today and even into tomorrow. You can see we'll be seeing a lot more of that smoke, so I do expect another air quality alert possibly later on issued for your Wednesday. Effort right now, one of the places that is under that alert, you can see that hazy sky. We're in the upper 70s and low 80s, and as we go through the day today, your 12-hour forecast showing 84 the high. It's going to remain, though, mostly cloudy, Brian, mainly due to that wildfire smoke in the air. We'll show you the rest of that forecast coming up in just a little bit.
And we should add that Pennsylvania is one of 10 states under air quality alerts stemming from those Canadian wildfires. Meanwhile, millions of people across the South are facing even more sweltering heat today. We'll get more on that from NBC's Sam Brock.
There is a noticeable feeling of just smoke hanging in the air here in New York City. We are standing on the other side of the Hudson River in Hoboken, New Jersey, to try to give you some perspective. Over my shoulder here, you have the Empire State Building, obviously all the new buildings near the Hudson Yards area of the west side of Manhattan. You can see the skyline, but also visibility is a bit challenged this morning. Mayor Adams just coming out only hours ago and warning New Yorkers that have any sort of breathing or respiratory issues to really try to limit their time outside today. The reality is the AQI, the air quality index in New York, is around 110 here and many other parts of the state. That has prompted an advisory. If you move just even farther east, Boston, for example, has an AQI of 115. Yesterday, Logan International Airport had to slow down flights by about an hour of delays just to be able to accommodate for low visibility. So what's behind all of this? It's 200 wildfires burning, all of them out of control, simultaneously in Manitoba and Saskatchewan, Canada. That smoke that's being manufactured is drifting all the way through the upper Midwest into parts of the Northeast as well. The expectation that smoke will likely linger for another day, but hopefully then disperse. It's also worth noting some of the worst air quality anywhere in the country right now is in the Central Coast and parts of California. That's because you have a huge fire that is exploding in Santa Barbara and San Luis Obispo counties there. That has prompted mandatory evacuations that just continue to expand even now. Hundreds of structures that are being threatened. And it's worth noting that California already has almost 230,000 acres of land that have been burned this wildfire season. That is roughly 100,000 more than what you would typically see at this time of year. So some scary thoughts in terms of the terrain and what's happening out west, as far as we are also seeing just the heavy wildfire activity to our north affecting quality of life issues right now in places like New York and Burlington, Vermont, and Boston. Sam Brock, NBC News.
The York County coroner now says a man and woman found in a house fire over the weekend both died after being shot in the head. Southern Regional Police are now investigating their deaths and investigating the fire at the same time on Main Street in Stewartstown as arson. Investigators say 54-year-old Michael Shores Jr. and 41-year-old Jennifer Trop were both pronounced dead at the hospital. We're still waiting to learn from investigators about who did the shooting in this case. The Shrewsbury Volunteer Fire Department says 2 firefighters were hurt while responding to this, but they are okay. We now know the identity of a 15-year-old boy who was found dead in a Lancaster County pond over the weekend. The coroner says Omar Fisher of Peach Bottom died after he drowned in a pond in Fulton Township on Her Drive and Peach Bottom Road. State police say Fisher jumped from a dock into the pond, sank, and did not resurface. The coroner says there were several people around at the time and there was no trauma to the teenager's body. The Rollinsville Fire Company Water Rescue Squad and the Robert Fulton fire crews spent 6 hours searching for the boy. An underage Lancaster woman is pleading guilty to DUI after a crash that seriously injured another driver. The county DA says Evangeline Roth, who was 19 years old at the time of the crash, was on a combination of drugs and alcohol in June of last year when she rear-ended a vehicle on the Route 462 bridge in West Hempfield Township. The driver was left with a spinal injury that required surgery. The DA says Roth's blood alcohol test clocked in at .21. She also pled guilty to aggravated assault by vehicle while driving under the influence. Tonight is National Night Out. It's a chance for families to go out and play games, listen to music, and most importantly, interact with local law enforcement officers. If you want to find a National Night Out event near you, there is a QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. I guess we'll be popping that up here in just a second. For the first time ever, the Lancaster City Bureau of Police is hosting a National Night Out. News 8's Jacob Hunsiger tells us how police are preparing for that event.
The Lancaster Police Department says that they are doing well when it comes to recruiting new officers to the force. They say events like tonight are the perfect opportunity for those new officers to get out, meet, and interact with all of us that live here in this community. In the past, they've had some recruiting shortfalls, but the great news, folks, that is well in the past. Lately, they've been in a great spot. Earlier this year, they welcomed their largest class of recruits in more than 20 years. Sergeant Todd Granger says that they're grateful at the number of people looking to step up.
We're doing very well with recruitment efforts, and we're kind of maintaining with the numbers that we were looking at before this last test. We have a very promising list of viable candidates, and we're processing that list right now. But we will be testing again on November 1st, and our applications are currently open. So if anybody's thinking about becoming a police officer, right now's the time to do it.
Sergeant Granger says they plan to have a recruitment table at the event tonight, so if you have any interest in joining the force, they'll have someone there to answer all of your questions. As far as getting here for the fun, no matter what, you have a way to get here, folks. Free transportation will be available for anyone who would like a ride to and from the police station. Continuous bus service will run between 4:45 and 7:30 tonight, with pickup and drop-off locations at the following spots on your screen. Take a look, folks. J.P. McCaskey High School, Reynolds Middle School, Lafayette Elementary School, and Washington Elementary School. As far as the actual fun that you can expect tonight when you come out here for all of the fun, they tell us that there's going to be free games, free food, cornhole, music, as well as a bouncy house castle for all of the kids to enjoy. The fun is going to be taking place right here behind me outside of the Lancaster Police Department on West Chestnut Street from 5 to 8 o'clock. Reporting in Lancaster City, Jacob Hunsiker, WGAL News 8.
And as Jacob mentioned, the annual event is aimed at enhancing the relationship between neighbors and law enforcement. On the left side of your screen here is what this event looked like last year at George Park in Lower Paxton Township, Dauphin County. On your right, that's Manheim Township in Lancaster County again from last year. New at noon, police are looking for whoever smashed the windows of a business. Chambersburg police say this happened in the 1000 block of Main Street sometime between July 18th and July 21st. Anyone with any information in this case should contact Chambersburg Police. In Lancaster County, a man was arrested for disseminating child sex abuse material. Ephrata police say they searched Caleb Zimmerman's computer and found several images and videos of child sex abuse material. Now an update on a story we brought you yesterday on News 8 at noon. Londonderry Township's Board of Supervisors voted to continue a public hearing to a future date after holding an open meeting last night to discuss proposed AI data centers. The township manager told News 8 that the board and staff will conduct more research on the concerns raised by residents at the meeting. The township will share any future hearing and meeting dates. Also new at noon, the Coast Guard blames OceanGate for the Titan disaster. A new report on the Titan submersible disaster that killed 5 people on the way down to the Titanic wreckage says the implosion was preventable. The disappearance of the Titan in 2023 led to a search that grabbed worldwide attention. The Titan was owned by OceanGate, a private company based in Washington state. The disaster has led to lawsuits and calls for tighter regulations of the developing private deep-sea expedition industry. The cost of the president's signature tax and spending law is going up. A new government report finds it will add hundreds of billions of dollars more to the national debt than previously thought. News 8's Amy Lou is on Capitol Hill with what the latest projections show.
Higher interest rates will make it more expensive for the government to borrow and pay back money on its debt. Taxpayers will likely face the same. The new estimate from the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office says that the One Big Beautiful Bill Act will add $4.1 trillion to federal deficits over the next decade. That's a roughly $700 billion jump from the last projection we reported on just a few weeks ago. Now, the bill's expected to cause interest rates like the ones we're currently seeing to stay higher, meaning increased interest payments for the government on its debt. Those same elevated rates are expected to cost the average taxpayer even more on loans, making it more expensive to borrow for homes, cars, and credit cards. But Republicans argue against the CBO's findings, saying that this legislation will spur economic growth, generate revenue, and offset any shortfalls made through tax cuts. On Capitol Hill, I'm Amy Lowe.